Ladies and gentlemen, it appears the road trip has officially begun, because today is expected to be 18 Celsius, which is certainly the warmest weather we've had in the past week. In fact, a few days ago when we pulled into our accommodation here in northern Florida, our host was giving us a hard time, saying that us Canadians brought this cold weather down there with us. So we're happy that we're now reaching up to, I think, 70 or so Fahrenheit today. Now, we've just crossed through the old city gates here in St. Augustine because this pedestrian street, and in fact this city, is the oldest continuously habited city in all of the United States, dating back to 1565, which is pretty crazy. So there's history all around, and there's sun shining, and there is plenty of good times to be had. So come along with us as we finally start soaking up the sun. Tell you what, I love places like this because it's so tourist friendly. There's even a bubble machine blowing bubbles in the air as all the tourists walk around, and yet when you stop and read some of the plaques, the history is like, wow. Because this house beside me was lived in 250 years ago, and it changed hands when the Spanish ceded Florida to Great Britain. So this area, this city, is older than the United States, certainly, but it's also even older than the British rule of North America. So Spanish, and then British, and then America. The history is here, and tourists are all around. It's a great place to walk around. Ivana, how have we not heard of this place before? Have you heard of it before you came?
No.
This should be one of the top tourist little villages in all of the States. I guess people want to go to New York City or Los Angeles, the big cities.
Yeah.
But this strip right here alone, it's so well done, it's so beautiful, it's so historic, and it's just picturesque and fantastic.
I know. I mean, the famous place in Florida is Miami, but this place is a must visit, I think.
Yeah.
And we've only been here for like 10 minutes.
Great first impression.
Yeah.
Quick stop at the general store for a 100% authentic alligator head.
Wow. From Florida.
Call me Canadian, but I find alligators to be so, wow, I can't believe it. I think people here are like, yeah, it's alligator, who cares? They're so
true.
common, right? But for me, it's like, alligator head? Wow. Actually, genuine alligator claw? Not a bad keychain for a memory. For $5, what do you say, Ivana? $5. Sold. Sold.
Getting a hat and t-shirt combo. Very nice.
And so I've bought my baseball hat just in time for the sun to go behind some clouds. And dark clouds too. If it rains today, I'm quitting vlogging because we need some sunshine in our life. Anyway, we've come to this incredible park here where there are 3 buildings on each side, and you can basically take your pick. Over here, you've got the Lightner Museum, which almost looks like a castle with the 2 big towers and a statue up front. Behind me, Catan, which is a hotel/resort. My mom was wondering what it costs to stay in this place. My dad says if you're wondering the price, you can't afford it. And over here you've got, if you can believe it, a college, which is one of the most beautiful colleges I've ever seen. I feel like if I went to school there, I would probably know how to read.
Beautiful,
okay?
beautiful.
Incredible place here. I'm not someone who really likes architecture, but anyone will admire the architecture here.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of castles and, wow, palaces all around. Just great. Let's keep going. All right, my mom wants to go inside Casa Monica, although she's a bit nervous because she thinks she might get caught and kicked out.
I'm thinking the lobby might be beautiful.
I think so. You guys go ahead. Dad and I will hold the fort out here, okay?
It's different. It's got like lots of different light fixtures. I thought it would be more grande, glamorous, but it's old. So
Yes.
you know, I mean, look at the desk at the front to greet you. It's really quite.
It looks
Nice,
historic. Yeah.
Yes.
Very
Look
nice.
at this. Imagine that being your
Oh, the chest.
chest, right?
Beautiful.
Look at all the wood.
Very nice.
It is very nice. It's very good. It's very nice, but it's not what I expected. But the big lights hanging down, those 2 lights were. It's old, so they made it. I'm thinking marble and grande, but that's
Like
not
in
the type
Vegas?
of building it is.
Got it. Got it. Wow, check it out. This monument is original from 1813. It's a monument to the Spanish government because even in 1813, Florida was still under Spanish control and not part of the United States yet. Wow, original, more than 200 years old. tell you what, they've done a great job restoring all the buildings, because this is what the building looked like in the 1820s, and that's what it looked like now, which is pretty darn accurate. And I guess this is a free museum, so let's check it out. And so it's a one-room museum, mostly about chocolate. Sort of interesting, but I think it's free for a reason. So let's keep going. Next stop, the waterfront. And to get to the waterfront, we are going to wander down the oldest street in the country, which is Aviles Street, built by the Spanish in the 1500s. Now, they won't tell you the exact year it was built, but they agree it was definitely in the 1500s. So more than 400 years old is this street, and got some nice tourist attractions and some restaurants on it. Sort of an interesting bit of history to wander along. And so, the leader of our party has spoken. Meaning the cutest little daughter in the whole world said she's hungry, which means we all sat down at a bar, had some food and some drink, and we were lucky to find this place, which is called the River and Fort Restaurant, with the rooftop patio and the view of the fort.
Right.
So it was a very nice small lunch experience. Now, you guys know me, I am a fort-liked man. The thing is, this is a $20 to enter fort. In fact, $22 to enter fort. So seeing as there's 4 of us in the party, we're not sure we're gonna make it inside, although, as per my drone photography, one of the more beautiful forts to photograph from the sky. I guess they've got some sort of people who dressed up in costume up there about to pretend to fire a cannon.
Wow.
So the crowd is all gathering around, and you can see the shape, quite beautiful, with the square and the fortified in the center, with the big 4 sort of triangles on each tip of the square. Quite nice, although typically forts are free to enter. This fort is 350 years old. You would think it's paid for itself by now. Maybe it's $22 to get in because it's so popular.
Right.
If it was free to enter, it might be 1,000 people. You couldn't even move.
That's true.
So anyway, the St. Augustine vlog continues. So this is where the moat was. So you can imagine water all around the high walls. And naturally, we've got 2 little Philadelphia Eagles jerseys playing football in the moat, which is pretty cool. I think Ivana made a good point, which is, I think the average American person, or Canadian person for that matter, would find this fort amazing, because we don't have much of this in North America.
Right.
Although Ivana and I spent so much time in Europe and Asia, we've seen a million forts. And Ivana says they all kind of look the same after a while. So we're not going to go inside. My parents said they'll skip it. But it's pretty great.
It's still pretty cool.
It's
to
unique
see.
in this continent and pretty great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the story, the history is pretty cool.
Very well preserved and well rebuilt, obviously.
Yeah.
It's not the original one, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
And so this week in Toronto, there's like 2 feet of snow on the ground, maybe more. So seeing as it's 5:30 p.m. and the sun is still shining, we're making a little barbecue. We are very happy here in Florida. Now the place we're staying is officially called boondocking. So we're paying $0 a night to be here.
Right.
Which I find amazing because they got water hookup, you can see. They get electricity from my dad. This is more or less a full RV hookup without the dumping station, but more or less a full RV hookup for free. And so sausages on the grill, cold beer in the hand. Northern Florida has finally started getting groovy for us. We were like 60 Fahrenheit for like 3 days, raining. Like, what are we doing down here? Come on.
The weather here. This is the first time I'm wearing short sleeve. No sweater.
First time using the grill.
Yes.
So things are looking up.
Woohoo!
Okay, next stop, Mobile, Alabama. But first, let's eat. Oh boy, we got a rookie on the grill. You guys wanted them burnt on the outside and cold in the middle, right?
A little crispy is okay.
Now, introducing
Good job, G.
the top cut hot dog bun, which really should have existed the day hot dogs were invented.
That's right.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before. The way this bun is cut, clearly an improvement.
We probably have them at home. I just never bought them.
I never saw them until the past 3 weeks, and I thought, wow, people out there are really solving the problems that matter, you know?
That's right.
And that's an inspiring message to end on. Next stop, Mobile, Alabama. Later. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes in life you have to let someone else win, okay? So white over here, that's me. 9 points on board. Almost unbelievably good strategy. My mom was orange. My dad was close, but Ivana was the winner. And she's actually the grand champion. She's now won 3 times.
And we've all won once.
And we've all won once. All right.